Well, tension and temper still running high on college campuses, and now the Israeli-Hamas war is even causing heated debate in a California school district that is considering an ethnic studies curricula some say is extremely anti-Israel. Bill Malugin is live with more on the education angle of this information war. Bill.
And Trace, this is a school district right here in Southern California, which is considering a curriculum that could teach students that Israel is responsible for ethnic cleansing and war crimes and refers to Israel as extremist Jewish settlers. We're talking about the Santa Ana Unified School District down in Orange County, about an hour away from us. The group Parents Defending Education filed a Freedom of Information Act request with the district and obtained the framework for a possible ethnic studies curriculum for high schoolers for next year, which some are calling an anti-Semitic curriculum. Some of the experts from the source material are accusing Israel of war crimes under international law, referring to Israel as a, quote, extremist illegal Jewish settler population, and it also claims Israel's responsible for a, quote, massive wave of ethnic cleansing. Now, in a statement to Fox News tonight, the Santa Ana Unified School District tells us these lessons are only under consideration for the 2024-2025 school year. They're still gathering input, and they say nothing has been finalized yet. All this happening as pro-Palestinian rallies continue on college campuses all across the country. This video right here, Harvard students walking out of class today, hundreds of them marching through the campus, demanding that the violence in Gaza stop and saying they stand with Palestinians. It all comes as three people, believed to be NYU students, you see on video right here, spotted tearing down posters of people kidnapped by Hamas. NYU tells Fox News they're investigating the incident and will not tolerate hate, intimidation, or harassment. And just today, nearly 200 NYU staff members and growing signed a petition to stop the war and, quote, end Israeli brutality. Several NYU students tell Fox's Alexis McAdams Jewish students on campus do not feel safe.
Do you think NYU is doing enough to make Jewish students feel safe on campus?
Absolutely not. I mean, NYU is all about inclusivity and diversity until it comes to its Jewish students.
And regarding that curriculum at the Santa Ana Unified School District, the district is now being sued by groups representing the Jewish community who call the potential lessons anti-Semitic. And now a Palestinian-American social justice advocate is trying to save that curriculum by starting a petition to urge the district to keep it. So far, that petition has a little over 700 signatures, Trace.
It is baffling from start to finish. Bill, thank you. Let's bring in Elizabeth Pipko, founder of Lest People Forget, and Nicole Neily, president and founder of Parents Defending Education. Welcome to you both. I want to pick up where Bill left off. In fact, I want to play that soundbite, Elizabeth, again from that NYU student saying this to Alexis McAdams. Watch and listen.
Do you think NYU is doing enough to make Jewish students feel safe on campus?
Absolutely not. I mean, NYU is all about inclusivity and diversity until it comes to its Jewish students.
Until it comes to Jewish students, Elizabeth.
Yeah, look, I could not agree with her more. It saddens me to think that I was a student in graduate school just a few months ago. I could not imagine being on campus and witnessing something like this. I cannot imagine how these students are feeling. To be honest, my heart breaks for them, but it also breaks for these other students who are tearing down these photos of kidnapped children, who are screaming profanities, who are siding with Hamas. These people have been completely brainwashed. They are so misguided, and I do not think they have any idea what this means for their future, what it means for our society's future, but I cannot understand what has gone on in their lives in the last few years, and I think parents have to dive very deep into these academic institutions, find out what their kids are being taught, and put a stop to it immediately.
Yeah, it's not just colleges either. Bill Malugin just told you it's also in the high schools, as your team found out here, Nicole, because Parents Defending Education, we're talking about Santa Ana schools, ethnic studies, world history course outline, quoting here, Santa Ana Unified School District ethnic studies courses hail artivism, exploration of Eurocentrism, blames Israel for ethnic cleansing, accuses Israel of UN war crimes, and refers to Israelis as extremist illegal Jewish settler population. Your thoughts?
It's frightening because the hatred that we're seeing on college campuses is taught. This is not innate. And we're seeing these These ideas come into school through programs like Black Lives Matter at school, which obviously is a very strong supporter of Hamas these days. We've seen teachers' unions pushing BDS resolutions across the country for many years. And then this latest problem, ethnic studies, being pushed through the liberated ethnic studies curriculum, is extremely anti-Semitic. Again, the fact that Santa Ana has already been sued for adopting this curriculum, this is not stopping in California. What starts there doesn't end there. It's already metastasizing eastward toward places like Minnesota. This is something that everyone should keep an eye on, because it is teaching people, students, to pit themselves against each other.
Going around the world, I've got a minute left. I'd like you both to respond, but to you first, Elizabeth, you pointed out in Australia, when you talk about metastasizing, they were not just chanting "gas the Israelis," they were chanting "gas the Jews."
Yeah, exactly. Look, I've heard for years, I'm sure you've heard the same thing, anti-Zionism does not equal anti-Semitism. However, when Israel's in a war, where do they protest? In front of a Jewish museum. What do they scream? Gas the Jews. We have known what they meant for years, and unfortunately, they now are not even scared to show us what it is that they mean.
And the same schools that are fighting for safe spaces are celebrating, Nicole, barbaric violence. Final thoughts?
Yeah, it's fascinating to see these students now try and cloak themselves as victims and be upset that they're being held accountable for their vile statements. I think, you know what, there are some opinions that you should be canceled for, and standing with baby murderers is actually one of those. So I don't feel bad for them at all.
Nicole Neily, Elizabeth Pimko, thank you both.